Dodger Nation just got hit with the kind of rumor that makes the rest of baseball absolutely furious, and honestly, I can't blame them. There was a private dinner between Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Minataka Murakami, one of the biggest Japanese free agent bats available this offseason. And word is the Dodgers are preparing a 4-year offer to bring him to Los Angeles. If this happens, we're not just talking about another signing. We're talking about the Dodgers cementing a dynasty that could rival the Yankees of the early 2000s. This is the type of move that locks in a three-peat and makes every other team in baseball wonder how they're supposed to compete. Let me lay out exactly what's happening here, because this isn't just speculation. Yamamoto sat down with Murakami for dinner, and photos surfaced publicly. This wasn't some secret meeting. This was deliberate. The Dodgers have run this exact playbook before Shohei Ohtani signed. There were private dinners. Before Yamamoto signed, same thing. Before Roki Sasaki came over, you guessed it, quiet conversations behind the scenes. These guys don't just hang out casually, they're building recruiting pipelines, and Murakami is clearly next in line. Why does this make sense for the Dodgers? Because they turn themselves into the primary destination for Japanese superstars. Ohtani and Yamamoto just won back-to-back World Series as MVPs. They built trust, comfort, cultural support, interpreter resources, and a winning environment. Murakami sees all of that. He sees his countrymen thriving in Los Angeles, dominating at the highest level, and winning championships. Why wouldn't he want that? The Dodgers aren't just selling him on money. They're selling him on legacy, on being part of something bigger than baseball. Now, let's talk about what Murakami actually brings to the table, because this isn't just hype. The dude can absolutely rake. He has 80 grade power on a scouting scale that goes from 20 to 80. That's elite. That's generational. He's hit 30 or more home runs in 5 of his 7 full seasons in NPB. In 2022, he broke the NPB single-season home run record with 56 bombs. At just 25 years old, he already has 246 career home runs. That's prodigy-level production. His career OPS sits comfortably above 950 in multiple seasons. He has elite bat speed, elite exit velocity, and elite plate discipline for his age. Scouts say his power is MLB ready on day one. This year, despite dealing with an oblique injury that kept him out for 2 months, Murakami came back and destroyed NPB. He hit 273 with a 379 on-pace percentage and a 663 slugging percentage. His walk rate was 14%. His isolated power was 390, which is insane. That's slugging minus batting average, and anything above 300 is elite. He had a 170 miles per hour laser shot to right field at one point. The dude was cooking. His weighted runs created plus was 210, which means he was 110% better than league average offensively. That's Aaron Judge territory. If Murakami puts up those numbers in MLB, you are looking at a legitimate NV candidate. The contract projection from Clutch Points is 4 years, $75 million. Let me tell you why that's a steal. For a guy with Murakami's ceiling, that's nothing. Teams overpay more than that for mid-rotation starting pitchers. The Dodgers have the financial muscle to absorb this contract without blinking. A 4-year deal means no long-term handcuffs. If he struggles adapting to MLB, you are not stuck with him for a decade. If he becomes a 40-plus home run threat, you've just landed a superstar for under $20 million per year. That's protection and massive upside rolled into one deal. But here's where it gets complicated. Where does Murakami actually play? Freddie Freeman is locked in at first base. Shohei Ohtani occupies DH. Max Muncy is at third. Murakami has spent most of his career playing third base, but scouts say he profiles more as a first baseman or DH at the MLB level. He played 1 game in the outfield last year, but that's not a real sample size. So, do the Dodgers trade Muncy and plug Murakami in at third? Do they shuffle the lineup and hope Murakami can handle the position defensively? Do they put him at DH and move Ohtani around once he starts pitching again? The defensive fit is the biggest question mark. Most insiders and scouts I've heard from say Murakami is a first baseman or DH in the big leagues. His defense at third is questionable, but here's the thing. The Dodgers have shown they'll overlook bad defense if you can hit. Teoscar Hernandez was a defensive liability in the outfield, and they didn't care because his bat played. If Murakami comes over and mashes, they'll figure out the defense later. Maybe they throw him in the outfield for a year or two. Maybe they move him to first when Freeman's contract is up. Maybe they get creative with rotations and matchups. The point is, if the bat is real, the Dodgers will find a way to make it work. Now let's talk about the cons, because this isn't a risk-free move. Murakami's strikeout rate has gone up. At his peak, when he was winning MVPs and hitting 50-plus home runs, his strikeout rate was around 21%. Now it's closer to 29%. That's a red flag. His ability to make contact with pitches in the zone has declined. In MLB, pitching is significantly better than NPB. If he can't adjust to secondary pitches, the strikes could get ugly fast. You are looking at a boomer bust profile, and that's a gamble. The financial commitment also isn't insignificant. If the deal is 4 years, $75 million, you are also paying the posting fee. The Yakult Swallows would get 20% of the contract value, which on a $75 million deal is $15 million. That's not chump change. You are looking at a total investment of $90 million for a guy who's never played in MLB and doesn't have a clear defensive position. That's a lot to commit to an unproven commodity, even if the upside is massive. But here is why the Dodgers might do it anyway. They understand that if you want to win championships, you need to slug. Last year, they won the World Series despite having below-average offense, averaging less than 4 runs per game throughout the postseason. The offense wasn't consistently good. Adding Murakami gives them another power bat from the left side, and left-handed power doesn't grow on trees. It's a premium asset, and Murakami has as much of it as anyone. Here's also the recruitment angle. If Yamamoto and Ohtani want Murakami, that carries weight. Those guys are the faces of the franchise. They deliver championships. If they're telling the front office that Murakami is worth it, Andrew Friedman is going to listen. The Dodgers have built their dynasty by trusting their stars and surrounding them with talent. If Ohtani and Yamamoto are recruiting Murakami, it's because they believe he can help them win another title. So where does this leave us? The Dodgers are preparing a 4-year offer for Munetaka Murakami. The dinner between Yamamoto and Murakami is real. The recruitment is happening. The contract projection is reasonable. The power is elite. The defensive fit is questionable. The strikeouts are concerning. But at the end of the day, this is the Dodgers betting on upside, betting on their ability to maximize talent. If Murakami comes to Los Angeles and becomes a 40 home run threat, this is the signing that locks in a three-peat and cements the Dodgers as the dynasty of this generation. Delub your thoughts below, because Dodger Nation needs to weigh in. Would you go for Murakami on a 4-year deal? Is this the bat the Dodgers need to secure the three-peat? Do you trust Ohtani and Yamamoto recruiting another superstar into the dynasty? Let me know in the comments, because if this happens, baseball is about to get even more unfair, and the rest of the league is going to lose their minds.